Okay, so let's start. In our last session, actually, what we discussed, we actually, completed the onboarding phase, and we used the, actually manual method, like not the automation, not the smart rules. We use all the manual method to just onboard all the systems, all the accounts into the PAM. So that was actually our last task regarding the implementation. And then now what we will do, we have application implementation and scripting now. Normally, what we do actually, and beyond trust, we have some kind of remote apps applications we publish in our remote apps mode, using our RDS server, and then we publish all those application into our beyond trust for that monitoring purpose. Okay, so how to achieve this, we will work on this today. And will next our next target will be on targeting the smart rules and smart groups, understanding the smart rules and smart rules, that how to what can we achieve from the using smart rules. Then the last topic for today, it should be on the service accounts management. What are service accounts, and how we can manage those service accounts into the beyond task itself. Okay, so this will be our agenda for today. Okay, and so let's start to the. Okay, so first of all, I want to show you to application implementation. For implementation applications into the beyond task, we need one of the RDS server to be ready for us. Okay, so RDS server is like Windows server, where we enable RDS rules and features into the RDS server and make it RDS or terminal server. It's something like a RDS or terminal server where the applications will be launched. Okay, so we'll understand how to create, or how to configure the RDS server initially for beyond trust use. So let's start it. I have to just go to the my lab setup first. Only for the Windows, only for the Windows and Windows applications. Yeah. So just let's see, because I have one of the RD server already, but let's start with a new one. Okay, creating a new machine and just importing. Okay. Okay, this is creating new machine. I'm mentioning this as a RDS 02. Okay, and it should be a Windows 2022. And okay, 16 GB of memory. Okay, I have actually, ISO download in my VMware data store, so I'll use the old ISO. I have actually this one. Yes, client have to pay the price. After I will complete the evaluation period. Because by default, when you install the new RDS server, so you have 90 days or 120 days of trial period of the RDS scale, RDS services with 2 sessions enabled. So here it is. So this is our server. Yeah, I have to start services. Just let's start the installation begins, and then we'll work on until the other parts as well. I'll just shut down this appliance for better performance. Okay. So until this to be completed, let's start, and until the provisioning of the server, it will take time actually. So let's then this we will put on hold. Let's start with the smart tools point of view. Okay. So look, let me just explain what the smart tools are actually, and how we can use those smart tools to for better understanding. Okay. So, just give me a moment. I have to change my mic. Okay. Okay. My voice is. Yeah, that's a little better. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, let me just do one thing, because mute yourself, because there's a little noise there in your side. Mm, okay. Yeah. So yeah, this is actually beyond trust portal. I have to log in, and then I want to show you that how many options in the beyond trust we have for the smart rules. Okay. So here, as I can show you the smart rules tab here, we have three kind of smart rules there. As I told you in last session in a short brief way, that there are three type of smart rules that you can use for the automation. One is the asset based smart rule, the second one is the manage account based smart rule, and third one is the manage system based smart rule. So what asset based smart rule is, actually asset based smart rules can perform multiple operations, multiple actions on the assets itself. Okay, assets or the accounts that we scan in the inventory, or you can say that it runs on the inventory. Okay, for performing some operations here in our inventory tab, or assets tab, it runs, and it performs various operations. Okay, so let me just show you what kind of options we have in asset based smart rule. Okay, when you go to the actions tab, you can see here, we can export the data of in our inventory, recently built data inventory, or we can perform onboarding phase. Okay, this is the onboarding action. We can manage those assets into the password safe using the smart rules automation, and make each asset for deletion. We can some from deletion of bulk deletion of our assets that we disclose or scan during the scanning. We can make all the assets as inactive, sending email to administrators, assigning some attributes, set scanner properties, some kind of scanner properties we want to manually add. So we can achieve this one as well. Target processing to the work group. So we can achieve multiple things, but the main, we can say, our task, or you can say our action that we mostly use is our manage assets using password safe. Okay, this action, what it will do, it will onboard the assets into the beyond trust password safe for management, or you can say that it can perform the auto management of the beyond assets that we scan. Okay, so this is all about asset based smart rule, and you have multiple options to do the selection criteria. You can select the assets based on the address groups. You can create the custom address groups there, where you can mention multiple IPs of the servers, multiple host names of the servers, or IP ranges. You can mention, or you can go with the assets field, where you can go with the assets name, or particularly specific asset name, or you can make it like some kind of content filter, some kind of multiple assets there, and you can just achieve a few of them. You can just use a regular expression to match the assets fields, assets name. Okay, same for the DNS, same for the domain, discovery, last discovery, and so all options are there. Just to you can make these options to be filtering you're selecting your assets. Okay, some kind of assigned attributes like business unit, criticality, and the geographical location, manufacturer. You can use this, attributes as well. You can use the directory query itself. That's actually LDAP query. You can create directory query, and you can mesh according to the directory query. You can create smart rules and onboard the smart rules into the beyonders. Okay, like for example, if you want to onboard all of your 80 servers that are in a particular OU or a particular securities group. Okay, so you create a security group according to that security group or OU, and you can use that security directory query into the smart tool for onboarding or assigning actions. Okay, so these are all. Yeah.
Child smart rules.
Sorry.
There's a child smart rule.
Yes, actually, if you can inherit some kind of output from any other smart tool that is actually created already there, you can use that. Okay, you can mention, and you can just mark the smart tool that are available already. Okay, you can see.
Okay.
So multiple options. These are also the EPM options. This is not related to our trainings. You can categorize or select the host or assets based on the database instance. If any server have the database instance discovered, so you can select all of them. Network scan, operating system, password safe portal, ports, processes, service now assets, tons of options there. So we'll use according to our use case. Okay, so this is about the asset based smart rule. The second one is manage account based smart rule. So what manage account based smart rule is actually, it performs various operations on the accounts itself. Okay, so if you want to onboard the accounts, AD accounts, local accounts, or anything, so you can use this account manage account based smart rule, and where you can use here you can see assigning preferred domain controller or each active directory account. So if you want to categorize some of the AD accounts to use the specific domain controller, so you can assign it some kind of action like this, assigning work group on each account. So you can just switching the work group between the accounts, some of the accounts that you selected here, link domain accounts to manage system. This is the actually part that in morning session I was mentioning for you, that your AD accounts should be linked to the AD systems in the beyond trust for providing access. So in this action, you can achieve in a bulk way, linking all the domain controllers or multiple domain controllers with the multiple managed systems. So you don't need to perform manual operation of the linking itself as well. Okay.
Right.
And this is all about the remote applications that we will work on this one. If you have some kind of applications configured in the beyond trust, and you want to link tons of hundred of accounts with the applications to login for login purposes, so you can link this one here. If you just click on here, it will ask you which application you want to configure. like linking. Currently you can see here no any applications configured. We'll start today configuring the applications itself. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Other than this, map dedicated admin accounts. This is actually a different task. It's not today's, but you can match and based on the criteria, and you can link, or you can say the map your accounts, like your admin accounts should be matched to the your normal user accounts. So for example, if you have some kind of account, normal account, and you integrated beyond trust console for them, and you want them to log in into the beyond trust with their own accounts, and then they will be only able to see their own privilege accounts, okay, not the all accounts, okay. So you can match, you can achieve this, like from mapping the dedicated accounts to the individual accounts. Okay, this is achieved by this one. This will be on the particular group, user management group, but in last, user will be only able to see their own account. It's like one-to-one mapping. I'll just explain in detail way, in a later way, in a later part. This is actually our different task for this, not today. Okay. So yeah, you can, for criteria, you can see asset smart rules, assigning attributes. You can create Azure directory query to match the things, or you can create, or you can use a child smart rule, and dedicated account. This for the dedicated one, dedicated or one-to-one mapping. Direct query, you can run the direct query. You can filter the manage accounts fields or manage system fields in any all accounts. So in short, this query, or you can say that this smart rule will run on the manage accounts tab. Okay, in short. And in,
Can you do in the smart rules? Can you call like a PowerShell script?
no. No. No,
No.
no, no, no. You can't achieve the PowerShell script anything regarding the PowerShell from the smart rules. The only options
Okay.
that are available in the beyond task smart rule that you can use, few of those, okay, but related to your PEM operations, not the other things. Okay, yeah, this was manage accounts, and also there is a manage system based smart tool, same for the manage system. It runs on the manage systems tab here, and you can categorize your systems based on the selection criteria here that you have actually. You can categorize according to the application pool, user identities, asset smart groups, or you can categorize according to the COM user identities, DSS key policies, or any asset that any managed system that is actually linked to the asset, like any some of the assets are onboarded from here assets tab, like inventory, or we can create manually from the managed system itself. So any asset that is actually linked, or any managed system that is actually linked to the assets or the inventory, you can categorize from here itself as well. And you have managed system fields itself. You can categorize it based on the password policy, based on the platform. All of the options are there for you. Okay, so you have multiple options in the actions itself, like assigning account name, format, type on each system. For example, if you have a bulk of servers there, you have already onboarded with a wrong account name format, and there is an issue in the login method when beyond trust is injecting the credentials in wrong account name that you configured, and you don't want to waste more time to change the account name format in on each system. Okay, so you can categorize the system based on the actions, based on the criteria, and you can use this you know action to just change the account name format for each system. As I told you that there are three account name formats beyond trust you can use, like legacy domain, like this default one, domain and domain slash admin. You can use a UPN, and you can use the same account name format for login accounts. Okay, so multiple options. Let's begin from the system side. And let's go to the beyond trust. Yeah, this is our RDS server. It's almost ready. Let's complete. Yeah, our RDS server is ready. Okay, so let's create some applications. First, enable the RDS roles there. Okay. You can see here it's 100. Let me just change the IP first. Okay, so I changed my IP for the RDS server. Let me just verify. I guess let's check it's assigned to any other system or not. Okay, it's assigned to any system. Okay, yeah, so IP has been changed. Let's go to the RDS roles. This is the main portion that I want to show you. Whenever you are configuring the RDS server, you have server management, and you have to go to the manage server manager and RDS add roles and features. There is a little disturbance on your side. Can you just mute for a while? It's not required. Disturbing a lot, to be honest. Can you close the mic, please?
Yeah, it's a little louder.
Yes. Just close the mic until if you need, then just enable it.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Let's go to the eight. Okay, let's go to the 8 roles and features wizard, and you have to click on next. There are two options here. Either you can go with the role based or feature based, or there is another option, remote desktop service installation. Okay, so just go with the remote desktop service installation rather than going with the role based access, because it will already install all the required roles and features for the RDS service. Okay, so let's go with the standard deployment always. And then after standard deployment, selecting, you have to assign the no, this is wrong. Let me just go back to the previous rollback installation.
You have to use remote installation.
Actually, the problem is, this server should be joined to a domain first. Let's because this server is now running as a standalone, okay, like local server. So for running RDS service, it should be joining the domain. Oh yeah, this is our AD. I want to just mention this name is RDS02 DT0 lab. Okay. You ask me for account password. Okay, let me just get the domain account credentials first. Yeah. So now the server is domain joined, and we can start changing the domain parameter. Okay, yeah. Actually, the problem is, the does not exist. You must restart. Yeah. Let's restart and then work on this. Okay, so let us just restart first, and let's go with our task of smart rules. What smart rules is, we'll understand how to onboard the servers or accounts using the smart rule. Okay, so first we'll go with the systems. For example, I have some kind of servers there. Here I want to first delete the servers from this management. That's we earlier we deleted because we have only a limited number of servers there. So I'm just deleting from the management all the servers. Okay. And also I want to just delete the accounts itself from the Active Directory as well. There is only one account here. Okay. Yeah. Now you can see no any assets or managed systems are there. Okay. So let's create a rule, smart rule, that can automatically onboard based on the actions, based on the assets, data that we scanned actually. Okay. But to do this, we have to go to the assets, and there is a create new button. You can just you have by default customized categories there. You can use this one, but if in case you want to create new category there, just mention category name like I'm mentioning here the onboarding category. Okay, and the aid as a new option will be there for you. Okay, when you click, it will create a new category for you. Okay. So just a new category, and I'm mentioning here all domain join servers onboarding. Okay, you have to mention the smart tool name there, and you have to mention some kind of description, like bt.lab domain join servers onboarding. And you can just customize the processing limit there. By default, it goes with the 30 days processing time. After 30 days, every 30 days, smart rules process. But if any changes occurs in the beyond trust will initiate immediately running the all the smart rules there and saved in the beyond trust database. So you can make it like every hour, 6 hour, 12 hour, every day, week, 30 days, once. It's up to you. Okay. So we'll go with the default one, because default one automatically process the smart rule based on the requirement. Okay, whenever BT requires, it process the all the smart rules. Yeah. So then our second section is regarding the selection criteria. Where the selection criteria you can mention either you can match multiple conditions there. You mentioned there, like for example, if I'm going with the multiple conditions here, and you can just use those all conditions at the same time. Like all conditions should be matching for any asset to be applying any action there. Okay, if you want to just make it like this, for example, if you have multiple categories option and you want to assign any of the category there, based on any category you can just match. You have to go to the any category. It's like and or operation there. Let's say you can see and operation just match all the categories, and then it will select, or operation will match any of the categories that you configure here. Okay, so you can use any of the option there. Okay, so what we have to achieve, our target is to onboard all the domain join servers there in the beyond trust inventory. Okay, let me just show you what servers are there for us in the beyond trust inventory. Like for example, this is a server, jump server 01, and this is the domain. This is domain. BT is the domain of this server, and none other than this server is there for BT onboarding. Okay, BT.lab onboarding. So we'll use this category that any server matches the BT.lab or BT domain with the Windows operating system should be onboarded. Okay, so let's go to the smart tool. We have a selection criteria here as an operating system. First, we will filter, apply the operating system filter there. Okay, like OS has been detected or equals or content. We have multiple options there. I'm just going with the content filter, and it should include the Windows. Okay, I'm just mentioning any of the Windows server operation or operating system detected. It should inject, it should select, and then another condition I want to mention, like assets should have the domain, like here assets field. Okay, there is an asset field there, and you can just switch to the domain name. So any asset that should have domain equal to the BT, and operating system should be Windows. Okay, operating system should be containing the Windows. So based on these two selection criteria, it can filter the systems from the inventory. Okay, for applying actions. First of the main action that I want to apply before onboarding the systems or assigning any action, I want to visualize. I want to see that how many systems it detects. Beyond trust detect using the smart tool. So there is actually action here. Show assets as a smart tool. So always, whenever you are applying any critical action on the assets, okay, or systems or accounts, okay, using the smart tool, make sure to identify that your smart tool is correctly filtering your systems that you require. Okay, so to do this, we have an action, show assets as a smart group. When you just click on the create smart tool, and you can see the view results option here. When it's successfully created, you can just click on the view results. It will redirect you to the assets tab with that smart group filter that you created. Okay, you can see here, this is our smart tool that we created, and it's resulting us only one server that is actually matching the criteria with the domain BT and the operating system Windows. Okay.
So the smart rule will run right away after you save it.
Sorry.
It will.
Mhm.
Well, the smart rule will run as soon as you save it.
Yes.
As soon as you create it.
Yes.
It will run immediately, right?
Yes. It processes immediately actually. So okay, yeah, I can see the assets there. For example, I identified my smart tool identified one of the assets there, so I can make the another action on this smart tool to onboard this asset. Currently, I'm just visualizing that my smart tool is correctly identifying the system that I want, okay, or asset that I want. So let's go to edit the smart tool here. You can see here, edit the smart group or smart tool. You will redirect to the that same smart tool that we created. You can see here. So what I need to assign here, I need to assign another action here for onboarding the assets. As you know, we have action here, manage assets using password safe. It onboards the assets that we actually select here. Okay, so just if I want to onboard, just I want to select the manage assets using password safe, and then it will ask me same things. When I normally onboard the assets manually, it asks me for platform, it asks me for functional account, it asks me for automatic password management and XYZ. So it will ask you one by one same things that you configure in the manual onboarding, okay, of the systems. So right now it's asking me for platform. So my platform is for Windows, okay, because this is the Windows based platform. When you click on the any platform, it will show you the form for you for onboarding actually, okay, which password change agent should be configured on the system, okay, which account name format should be used, like the domain / username, which functional account should be used. We can assign the functional account like that we have saved in our beyond trust. Password management should be enabled or not. You can configure it yes or no here, and enable accounts for any queries or any accounts that are running on this. It should be enabled for the directory queries to be run or not. You can just make it here, and there is a password rule there. You can use the password rule like any password rule, like I'm going with the password policy for the Windows, okay. Any connection timeout, I just configure 30 by default 30, and port for remote connection, it's 3389. That is actually RDP, okay. So these are the actually form for you to fill by the user or administrator to make smart tools automate the onboarding phase, okay. When you just save, okay, it will automatically right away just process the smart tool and onboard the system. So when I just click on view details, it will redirect me to the assets tab, and it will show me that this asset that you are smart tool is configured. And so this actually asset will be on it onboarded actually, you can see, okay. Password safe, and I just go to the manage system, and I will be able to see the asset. Okay, so here you can see I can see from the assets tab it's onboarded, but I'm not able to see in the manage system. So what could be the problem? Any idea?
Well, I don't see the user.
No. Look, here there is a default smart group, okay. Sometimes smart groups takes time to process the things, okay. So in managed system there is a all managed system smart group. As I told you last time that if you will not find any of the asset, any of the account recently you created or on board. So what you have to do, just manually process the smart group or just wait for it, okay. So I'll just go with the smart group, smart rule, that is managed system based smart rule, and this is a smart rule that is actually running on the managed system tab by default, okay. So I have to manually process this one to fetch the updated assets there at the backend, updated systems. So once I complete,
So there's duplicate, right? You're saying
not duplicate. Look, whenever
because you created one, and there's already a one that
no. The problem is what I created in SS tab, it's actually onboarding. It's performing of onboarding. Okay. Once onboarding has been done, it should be reflecting the asset into the managed system. Okay. But the problem is when you are going to the managed system or manage account or assets, always the data shows according to the smart group filter there. Okay. By default, there is no any option to disable the smart group filter to visualize all the assets there. you are able to only see those assets, those accounts that are actually available in this smart group, that are by default created from the pointers. Okay, these are the default smart group that created, just to categorize the systems, categorize the accounts, categorize the assets. Okay, so that's why all managed systems contains all the systems onboarded into the Beyond Trust. Okay, all the systems that you onboard into the Beyond Trust have should be in the all managed systems, and it processed at the backend based on the pre-configured rules there by the Beyond Trust. But the problem is when you are on recently onboarding, like recently we onboarded the system, but it was not showing me, like all managed system smart group was not showing me the asset that recently I onboarded. So then most probably there is a problem with the processing time. Okay, so Beyond Trust takes time to process all the default smart rules there. Okay, so to make to reflect the changes, okay, to reflect the changes in all the smart rules, you should be processing any of the smart rule or all the smart rules that you want to visualize. That's it.
Okay.
Okay, so once done, you will be able to see here jump group jump server 01 with the IP, and it's onboarding from the the smart tool that we created. How can I identify? Just click on three dot of the system and click on the view details, advanced details, and you will have a smart group type there. Just go to smart group tab, and you will see how many smart groups this asset is member of. Okay, you can see all managed system, it's default smart group, default smart tool by the Beyond Trust, all managed system associated with the Beyond Insight. It's not, I'm not sure if this what this is number. So this smart group is already there, and also asset smart tool and recently added smart tools. Okay, so you can visualize the smart groups that this server is member of. Okay, from here.
Okay.
So this was all about the onboarding. Let me just
So
yeah yeah
so for terminology, right? So when you create the smart rule, I'm still confused with the smart groups and the smart rule.
Okay, yes.
So we created a smart rule.
Yes.
Is that the smart group?
No.
Okay.
Yes, the smart rule and the smart group is same, but the use case is different. Smart rule we configured for the performing some kind of operations on the actions of the servers or the assets or the accounts. Okay, but when you want to visualize the output of the smart rule. Okay, so whenever you are creating a smart rule, it by default reflecting you output in some way. Okay, so when you are visualizing the output, it's like a smart group of the result of the smart rule. That's it. So result of the smart rule is smart group. When we are considering result, it's smart group. When we are considering the rules and actions, so it's called as a smart rule. That's it. It's nothing different. By the way, both are different, both are same.
And we can't create our own smart group, right? We have to use the default one.
You can use the default one, by the way, but default ones are there for you, where you can customize the smart groups according to your use case as well. Like currently what I did actually in the assets, I configured this smart tool as a smart group itself as well. What I did, I just I want to show you. First I assign action like show assets as a smart group. You can see, so this action what it's doing, it's combining or gathering all the assets in one of the smart group with this same name. Okay, so all result will be in the smart group that this rule is creating, and it's showing us in a smart group way. Where to visualize, just click on view details, it will show you in the assets tab, and you will see in the smart group filter there.
Right, but you can't create your own smart group, right?
Yes.
You can.
Yep.
You can.
Yeah. Like for example, if I want to directly creating a smart group for the managed system, you can just mark one by one all the systems there, and you can see add to smart group option there. Okay.
Okay.
You can add it to existing smart group, or you can create new smart group here. What you have to do, just mention the name and just clicking on the
Right.
add as a new option and creating it. Automatically smart group will be created.
Okay, I got it. Okay, now I didn't know that.
Okay, yeah, let's go to this one. Yeah, my RDS server is ready, and I just want to log in with my AD account. Then I can just enable the roles of the RDS server itself. Okay. Okay. So when I just provision the RDS server or the Windows server, I have to just go to the manage, add roles and features. Just click on next. I will see the same like role-based features or role-based or feature-based installation. I just go with the remote desktop services installation, uh, going with the standard deployment or not using the quick start. Okay, then it will ask me that which type of deployment scenario you want to configure. Like your remote applications should be running as a virtual machine based deployment or the session based deployment. So we'll go with the session based, not the virtual machine based. Okay, because we are running on the standalone. Let's go with the next. And you can see these services or these roles will be enabled. Like remote desktop connection broker will be there, remote desktop web access will be there, remote desktop session access or session host will be there. Okay. So I have only one server like RDS02. I will use the same server for RDP connection broker, RDS connection broker or RDS web access, RDS session host. So I'll just mark this one for the same user. You can as per the operations or as per the user requirement, you can categorize multiple in a multiple clusters. Like you can create a cluster of 4 servers and you can categorize into like such a way where you are using only one server for connection broker, one server for web access, and 2 server for session host. It's up to you. You can arrange it up to architecture is depending on your requirement.
Yeah, terminal server are very limited. I mean,
yes,
typically 25 users per server.
Yeah. So it will ask you for RD web access server. So I'll just go with the same server. Same for the session host. I have to just select the session host server. Same RDS02. And then it will ask me for confirmation, and then just I confirm, then it will start installing the roles. Okay, so I'll just mark this as a list and deploy. Okay, so until this to be completed, let's go back to our smart rules topic. So yeah, this was about the onboarding phase of the assets. Let's go to the onboarding phase of accounts. Okay. So for example, I have accounts from Active Directory. Okay, let's work on the Active Directory first. Okay, so I don't know how many accounts are there in the Active Directory for me. Okay, let's just create first an Active Directory some of the accounts. I'm logging into the Active Directory first. Okay, so this is my AD. Let me. You can see here I have some kind of users there, but I will create here, yeah, for you for easiness. Okay, let me just create one of the account is there. You can see Shiraz Ali dash spam, so I'll use this one, and second one I'll use this one to onboard. Okay. So I'm these are my privilege accounts. Okay, you can see here I'm assigning the domain admin privileges. So one is this account, and the second one is this account. I want to onboard these account into the beyondtrust for management. Okay, so yeah, let's go to the our beyondtrust. Look, for Active Directory.
You mean?
Yep.
Those account will be used for web console login? No.
No, those accounts will be actually onboarded into the beyondtrust and will be used for the management purposes.
Management.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like those accounts will be logged into the server whenever user want session to the launching to the server, and also those accounts passwords will be rotated by the beyondtrust.
Okay.
So let's go to the manage account smart rule. Okay, let's go to the manage account, create a new smart rule. As I told you that you can use the same category that you have available options by default are to manage accounts or platform. I want to use the custom platform, custom category that I want to create here. So to create a new category, just you have to mention the name of the new category and click on the add as a new option. Automatically new category will be created. Okay, then you have to just mention here the accounts. For example, I'm mentioning the name as dash spam accounts, dash spam privileged accounts onboarding. Okay, dash spam AD privileged accounts onboarding. So these are the AD accounts with the dash spam in the suffix, and I'm onboarding these accounts in the beyondtrust for management. Okay, for managing these accounts. And these accounts will be called as a manage accounts once onboarding done. Okay. Yeah, so I have here, you can see here, I can use the Azure Directory query. I can use the Active Directory query as well. Okay, so I'll use this query because I didn't, scanned any asset or accounts there. So these accounts are on the, Active Directory. So to fetch the accounts, I just want to, create a directory query here. Okay, so let's put it on hold and let go back to the directory query to create a directory query for fetching the accounts. Okay, so create a how to create a directory query. You have to go to the configuration, and there is a directory query option. You can just go to there, and you have no directory query here. Okay, as you can see here, when you click on the directory query, you will not be able to see any directory query there because no any directory query is configured in the beyondtrust currently. Okay. So we'll use a new directory query for just fetching the things. When you click on Active Directory query, it will ask you which directory you have. Either it's Active Directory, either it's LDAP. We are using Active Directory. Okay, so just go with the Active Directory and mentioning the title of the query. Like this is just to fetch the fetching dash spam accounts from Active Directory. That's it. Okay, and it will ask me for running the credentials. These credentials are bind credentials or LDAP credential that we created on day first. Okay, so you can see here bt.bind01. I'll just use this one. Then it will ask me that what is the query target. Either you are going for the complete hierarchy, Active Directory hierarchy, to run this query, or you have customized location to run the query. I'll just go with the complete hierarchy. You can see when I click on the button, it will ask me either just mention the forest or the domain controller name here. Okay, I'll just go with the mentioning the forest domain there. You can see it's my forest bt.lab. When I just click on the load domains, it will show me all the domains under this forest. Okay. since it's taking time, let me just see the bind account, it's working or not. Let's see. That's taking a lot of time. Okay, let's see. I have a bind account here. You can see here bind 01. Change the password. Okay, yeah. So when I change, the password was issue. Okay, you can see when I just click on the load domains, it will show you the all the loaded domains in the Beyond Trust. I have only one domain. You can see bt.lab. When you click on the bt.lab, you will have a complete structure of your Active Directory that you have in your AD setup. Okay, so you can mark it like from running the query against the complete domain bt.lab, or you can make it like on a specific OU to run the query. I'll just go with the complete domain bt.lab, and then when I just select on the bt.lab, I just have to select this path, and it will be reflecting here. Okay, my path. I can just make the scope like I want to just face the child objects, or just I want to face all the objects and their child objects itself as well. I will go with the default one. And what should be the object, either computer, either user. I'll just go with the user because I want to face the users itself, not the computers right now. Then you have a wildcard, basic filter there. You can use wildcard character to fetch the, run the query, or you can, use the advanced filter where you can mention the LDAP query structure to run the query and then test the query there. Okay. So I'll just go with basic filter there right now. I want to fetch all the accounts with the underscore dash pam. Okay. You can see here. So I'll just copy dash pam, make it like in such a way where all the prefix characters should be matching in the wildcard, and the suffix should be dash pam. Okay. So once I done, I have to just test the query. Just clicking on test, so it will show me the results that this query is resulting two servers or two accounts there. As you can see, this Shiraz Ali account and Naveen Pam account. Two servers, two accounts are there, and it's this query is correctly running. Okay, perfectly running for me, because I already wanted to use fetch these two accounts, not all the other accounts. So you have to just mention the query here according to your use case and fetch those accounts or servers that you want to just fetch. Okay, once done, you have to just click on the create directory query and just confirm, and then you will be, your query is ready to use. Now this is the query that we created, and we can use this query for performing operations of the smart tool, for performing actions of the smart tool. Okay, it's up to you. You can see it's not reflecting me right now because of it needs some kind of refresh of the page. I'll just copy the name of this page, smart tool, and just close this without saving. Okay, we'll start from scratch the new smart tool, mentioning the category there that recently I created, mentioning the name, description, no any processing time to be configured, just go with the default. Now here I have to select directory query. Okay, I have two type of directory queries. Either I can go with the SU directory query or directory query for the Active Directory. Okay, so normal directory query. So I'll just go with the directory query there, and it is asking me that either you can just you want to include the accounts that beyond the directory query it's fetching, or you can exclude the accounts that are actually directory query is fetching. I will have to go with the including one. Okay. So when I just click on the directory query tab, it will show me one directory query that I recently created. Okay, so I have to just bind the directory query in the smart tool and mentioning the number of hours to run the directory query by 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour as per my need. By default, zero means it will not run at the back end. Basically, whenever a smart tool requires to be run, smart tool will automatically run this query at the back end. Okay, so I'll just go with the one hours. After every 1 hour, it should update the results in the directory query. Okay, so it's this option will make directory accounts for password management. Yes, so because we are using this directory query or smart tools to discover accounts for the password safe management, for managing into the password safe. So this option will enable you to put these direct accounts that we fetch into some kind of domain, because these accounts are under the AD domain. So we have one of the AD domain there. We should have a Active Directory domain there, okay, that we created in our morning session today. Okay, so all the fetched accounts should be under this domain, bt.lab. Okay, so if you disable this one, it will not show you, because you are just fetching the accounts and you want to perform other operations, not the management operation. Okay, so if you want to manage, you have to make those accounts under some kind of system there. So system should be any domain, because these are the Active Directory accounts. So you have to mention an account Active Directory domain there, and then you have action tab. Selection criteria, it's there. Mention first of the smart rule there, smart rule action, show manage accounts as a smart group. So what it will do, it will create a smart group of your result. Okay, results of this smart rule. So now first I want to if I want to assign the action, the recommended way from the beyond test, it's just first visualize the results of the smart rule. Okay, so let me just see. It will not show you the results. I'm definitely aware of this thing, but let me show you what kind of error it will reflect you. Okay, when you click on view click create smart rule, so it will not create a smart rule. You can see here the error. The discover account options for the directory query filters also require a manage account settings action. Okay, because when I enable this feature here in the criteria, in the selection criteria, so it means I am using these accounts for onboarding purposes. Okay, so onboarding rule should be there, onboarding action should be there. Okay, currently I'm you can see here no any onboarding rule, onboarding action. Okay, so that's why I have to go to the another assigning action, and there is a manage account settings tab. Now, as I told you, in assets based smart rule, there is a manage assets using password safe option there in action. So that actually enables users or smart rules to onboard the systems, onboard the accounts. Here in the manage account based smart rule, you have manage account settings. Okay, so that enables smart tools to onboard the accounts. So if you want to onboard, this action will perform the onboarding phase. Okay, you have to mark it in your information that when you are performing onboarding of accounts, manage account settings is the action that is for used for the onboarding phase. Okay, onboarding accounts. So let's just click on the manage account settings, and then it will show you the form of like account, like which password safe rule or policy should be assigning on this accounts. Like Windows based password policy, I'm just going to assign because these are the Windows accounts. And automatic password management should be enabled or disabled. If it's enabled, what type of change password time should be there, like it's on and this is the time actually I want to you want to change it like on in night 11:30. Okay, and what should be the frequency, after every 30 days, or I'll just go with the 1 day, like after every 1 day password safe should change the password of these accounts in night 11:30. Okay, and what should be the default release duration, you can see here 2 hours. It's default release duration. Maximum release duration, it should be 2 hours. You can see here, not more than 2 hours it should release duration of the maximum in the of these accounts. ISA release duration 2 hours. Maximum complete sessions, you can make it like 1 to you can see here the from 0 to 1999 you can make it. But if you want to assign unlimited sessions to these accounts, just make it 0. Okay, same like for the some kind of account operations, you want to change the password after every release of the account, or you want to just check the password after release. Login accounts, SSH, ADQs, I don't want anything else. Just let's go with this creating smart rule, and smart rule will be created. Once the smart rule is created, you can just view the sessions, view the results, and onboarding phase has been done by the smart tool automatically. Okay, when you click on view results, you can see here Naveen Pam and Shiraz Ali Pam, all both accounts are onboarded into the Beyond Trust. Okay, the system is actually bt.lab, that I actually have mentioned there domain.
Well, it doesn't have that when you onboard an account with manually. that disable at rest?
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's action there. Yeah, let me show you. When you edit the smart rule, when you are going to the manage account settings, it doesn't have any disable at rest feature. Okay, but in case if you want to onboard these accounts for disabling at rest feature, there is another option. You can see manage account settings for disabled at rest accounts.
Oh, okay.
So then you will be able to see the option.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
So in this way, you can see all the accounts I onboarded into the beyondtrust, and automatically beyondtrust changes the password. You can see currently it's not it doesn't have the password because beyondtrust only fetches the account, not the passwords from the Active Directory. So if you want to use the account, you have to just change the password through the beyondtrust, or itself you can just mention edit, click on edit, and you can manually put the password for one-time use. Okay, you can see here. You can mention the password or the credentials of this account, and you can use it for the first time use. But in case if you are rotating these passwords, or you can see here, you are performing automatic management of these accounts. So you can change the password forcefully from just performing the change password operation here. Automatically beyondtrust will change the password and save it into this in their database at the backend.
So how does it know the functional account to use?
We configured in the beyondtrust. When we were onboarding, let me just show you when we were onboarding here. Okay, so I just enable the what password policy should be there, and password management should be enabled, and all this thing. But we enabled actually here, these accounts should be under this domain bt.lab, and in system, like this is the system that when we onboard this system, we mention the functional account, that whenever a password change operation is initiated, so on this system, this functional account xyz should be used. Let me just show you. Like this is the account, this is the system bt.lab, and when I go to the system bt.lab, functional account is configured on the system level. You can see here the condition.
Oh, on bt.lab. Okay.
Yes, yep. Because I made what I did. Why I made all those accounts under this domain, under this system. Okay, this is as a system in the beyondtrust. So what I did actually, I put it all those accounts that are onboarded into beyondtrust under this domain. So whenever a password change operation is initiated by the beyondtrust, it will use this account, this system features for the change operations. Okay, so including the system credentials, including the domain account format like this, including the release variation xyz, all these settings will be applied from this system. Perfect.
Yes, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, let's go to the.
So that's how. It's just a lot of connections.
Yes, approximately. That's why
in your mind, right? You have to do the directory query,
and you cannot use you cannot remember these actually all the things at the same time. It needs some kind of expertise and time to remember the things when you are performing regular operations.
Yes, because there's so many connections.
Yeah, let's go to the RDS. Just visualize RDS server there, if it's ready or not. Okay, so yeah, this was actually onboarding phase of the AD accounts. Okay, what we did actually, we performed onboarding of the Active Directory systems. Okay, using scan data. Okay, and then we performed Active Directory accounts using directory query. Okay, now what if I want to create a directory query for computers to be onboarded. Okay, It's same like, let me just go through the directory. What we have to perform, we have to go to the directory and we have to create a directory as per the OU structure. Okay. For example, I want to onboard all the account, all the servers that I have in the scan data, but according to the OU structure. Okay. So let me just create a directory.
Yeah.
All AD servers. Okay. Binding the account, going to the mentioning the forest domain, and then it's reflecting in domain. Okay, I can see here all the servers or computers that will be under this computer tab will be onboarded. Okay, so let me just click on the computer and I'll just reflect this one, select computer. All the objects and child objects, I'll just mention the scope, and object should be computer, and I'll just go with the field card character. So it should reflect all the servers inside that OU. Okay. So let me just test. You can see how many servers I can see. 2 servers, jump server 01 and RDS 02. So these 2 servers are in there in OU. Okay. So I want to use this directory for onboarding, as per the OU structure, this OU that I just configured. Okay. So first I have to create the directory. That is done. Second, I have to create smart tool for onboarding. Okay. So let me just go back to this manage system that I actually recently onboarded. I want to delete this system first because I want to show you that my smart tool. Okay. First, I want to delete this smart tool actually, because this smart tool, this smart tool actually onboarding the system, my system from the scan data. Okay.
Right.
So first I have to deactivate, not the, deleting. I want to create a new smart tool from the assets, tab. You can see here. I want to mention the category. Okay, it's onboarding all AD joined systems onboarding. Okay. I'm mentioning in the description onboarding from computers OU. Okay. There's a computers named OU in the AD structure where from I'm getting the data. But the scan data should be there for this. Okay. So let's go to the selection criteria. Selection criteria should be directory query. You can see here. Okay. When I click on the directory query, it asks me that including assets from directory query or excluding assets from directory query. I'll just go with the including one, and it will ask me which directory query you want to just fetch. I want to fetch AD servers directory query. Okay. And then it will ask me which smart, which work group you should use. You want to use that for the onboarding phase. Okay. So let me just go back to the beyond trust work group. Rerun the directory query after X hours, like 1 hour, after 1 hour, every 1 hour it should run. And also this option enables, you can see here, use to discover new assets during scan. So if you want to use this, smart rule as a running the scan against the servers, so you can make it enable, or otherwise it should be default, disable.
So if you check mark the any new system, it will onboard it, right?
Which from where?
That's what it's for. If you check to discover new asset.
Okay.
Let's say you add a new server.
Yes.
System.
Yes.
It will start managing that, right?
Yes.
Based on your smart rule.
Yes. Okay. It's like some kind of automation that I was mentioning. Okay. That based on the recent changes in the OU structure, or OU in new systems added into OU, and also from the scan data, it will perform the actions.
Okay.
Okay, so this is all about the selection criteria. We have to onboard these systems. So let's just go to the manage assets using password safe option, as this is the option that onboarding performs. Okay. So when I just click on it, will ask me for platform, mentioning the platform like Windows, which password agent should be configured, password safe, account name format should be legacy domain / username. It's asking me for functional account. You can see here, all the functional accounts should be using this AD functional account. Okay. Automatic password management on this system should be enabled. Okay. You can see here, no directory queries, password safe role should be applied for the Windows side. Okay. RDP for the remote connection, it should be connecting to the RDP port. Okay. So if you want to visualize the output, just make sure to mention the show assets as a smart group as an second action, and then just click on the create smart tool. So once done, click on the view results, and you will be able to see that this system now onboarded using this smart tool. Okay. Now, as I told you that in Directory I was able to see two servers. One is jump server 01 and second was RDS 02. Okay, the recently deployed server, this one. Okay, but currently I am now able to only see in BeyondTrust this one server.
Right.
Okay, so there is some question that why I am not getting directly from Directory to onboard the servers. Okay, so Directory just enables you to fetch the details like a host name of the server. That's it. All the things you have to scan in the BeyondTrust to make building inventory. Let me show you. Okay, yeah, let me just show you in manage system. Currently it's not processed. You can see here for processing I have to go to the manage system or manage system and process. You can see only one server I am able to onboard using the smart tool. Even though I was able to see the Directory result, it was resulting me two servers. Okay, you can see here when I just edit the query test, you can see here two servers are there. Okay, so the problem is I have only this server, even though my query is fetching two servers, but my, BeyondTrust inventory have only this server in its inventory. Okay. So because it's fetching from inventory based on this query, not the, you can make it like, from inventory, it's source is inventory and this query is like reference for the smart tool. So from reference, it's just getting a reference, and the source is their inventory. How many servers are there? It's just fetching from that inventory. So in inventory, I have only one this server, and reference is calling like this server should be, onboarded. But in case, for example, I scan this server, automatically my smart tool will start onboarding this server itself as well using the same smart tool because inventory will be built on the RDS02 as well. Got my point?
Kind of.
Yeah, because your smart tool is running on the source, like on the inventory that you build. Okay, so in your inventory you can see only one server compared to the Directory. So it's fetching the servers from inventory based on the Directory as a reference. Okay, so the Directory is as a reference, not the source. Okay, so when I scan new server like RDS02, the new server, so if when the inventory is there, the new server will be there. So automatically my smart tool will start onboarding that server itself in the BeyondTrust portal. Okay, so let me show you.
So how do we get into the inventory then?
How do you validate like what inventory?
The RDS. How can we get into the So the directory query it exists on Active Directory, right?
Yes.
But not on beyondtrust.
Not on beyondtrust.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So how do we get it into the inventory of beyondtrust of password safe?
For using the scan engine, you can just build the inventory. That's what I mean. Look,
Which
right
scan
now,
engine, the all managed system?
No, scan agent, like the scan agent or scan discovery scanner. This scanner that we configure. We can schedule this scan as well. You can we can schedule it as per the weekly as per regular scan. We can.
Oh, okay.
So because what discovery engine or discovery scanner will do, discovery scanner regularly scans your network and identify new assets. Okay, so based on those identified new assets, so smart tool what it will perform, smart tool will run the, take the reference from the directory query and onboard the servers that they have in the inventory, okay, in the assets. So currently you can see here only the our server like this jump server 01, it's there, not the RDS 02. So in case, for example, smart tool, I configured smart tool, okay. So smart tool automatically runs itself, and whenever new changes occurs, so what it will do, it will onboard that server, new server, based on the reference from directory query, okay. So I have to I want to run the new query there to make show you. Okay, so my target server is 192.168.1.224. Okay, so because this is the new server, this server, this RDS server that we recently joined, and also this is included in the smart tool. Okay, but the in inventory that it's not available. So to include into the inventory, I want to run the scan on this server. Let me just show you. This is the IP 224. Okay. I want to disable the firewall to avoid any conflict. So this is now domain join server, and I want to run the scan first to make it include in the inventory. Then Beyond Trust smart tools will automatically onboard this server. You can see I have AD scan account. Okay. RDS 02. I'm just running it as an immediate scan. I can run it based on the recurring on the weekly basis, monthly basis, or the daily basis. Okay. So currently I'm just going with immediate. Right. So now, once it is completed, I will be able to see in my inventory that RDS02 server is included. And once it is included, Piontas will automatically detect it and run the smart tools that it have. So in our smart tools database, we have a smart tool that we created for the AD systems onboarded. Okay, so it's getting reference from the directory query, and directory query will enable the smart tool to onboard those servers that like RDS02 that will be included in the inventory. Correct. So make it like in your mind, make it like directory query is just for the reference. Okay, all the onboarding will be happen on the basis of inventory that you made. Okay. So it's better to run the scan first before you do a smart rule, right? Yes. But Beyond Trust recommends you to regularly scan your assets, or bulk in a bulk way. Like you can mention the scan against the subnets. Like you have 10 subnets in your network, like private IPs. You can make a scan to run individual subnet to be scanned on each day. Okay, like 2 per day or 3 per day. So on regular basis, your Beyond Trust will run the scan at the backend, and you will have updated inventory in your Beyond Trust. And based on that inventory, you can make the rules that will perform automation. Right. So yeah, let it just be complete. Until this to be completed, let's go back to the RDS server. So now you can see here the remote desktop services. It's installed in our RDS server. When I just click on remote desktop services, you can see here our remote desktop, RD web console, RD connection broker, and RD session host, virtualization host, all are enabled. Okay. So now what I have to do, I have to publish the remote apps collection. Okay. First to use the collections itself. So I have to just publish. What I have to do, just first I have to get the RDP, because I'm not able to see complete graphics of this server. The server is 224. Okay. Administrator. So now here you can see I just need to publish the collection first. Okay, you can see the session collection. I have there is a button create session collection. Just mention on this one and click on next. It will ask you for name, like I'm mentioning remote apps for Beyond Trust. Okay, this collection will be used for the publishing remote apps for Beyond Trust. Click on next. It will ask you which session host should be using. The session host should be using the same session host, and which AD groups have the access to access this collection. I want to make it like all the domain controllers or domain admins. Okay, so just click on next. Any user provision this should be enabled or not. I will not go with this one. Just leave enable this feature. Click on next. It will ask you to just review the things like this is the collection name. These groups should have the access to this collection, and this should be the remote desktop session host servers, only one server, and no provision of the users. Okay, user profiles. Let's just create, and it will create new collection for me to publish the remote apps application. Okay, you can see it succeed. Just close, and you can see here the collection. So now this collection will be used for publishing the remote apps for the Beyond Trust. Okay, so you can see here remote apps application. Okay, so for publishing remote apps application, now we are going towards creating scripts. Okay, now we have to create scripts to launch the applications. Okay, now that scripts actually uses the Beyond Trust utility tools. Like let me show you. So this complete. Okay, this completed. Yeah, let me just see. Okay, you can see until this to be completed, automatically it will onboard. Okay, so we'll show you. Let's go back to the configuration, and you will see here the downloads option. Okay, when you click on downloads, you will be able to see there is a password safe enhanced session utility. So what this utility is actually, this utility enables you to create scripts, PS automate scripts, or when you are running the scripts, it uses these utilities. Beyond Trust use these utilities. Okay, so you have to publish these utilities into RDS firm. You can see here. You can optionally download, pre-install the enhanced session already on RDS servers. Okay, you can provide the benefits no longer for the permission XYZ, and this is for the RDS firms. Okay, if you have multiple servers, you have to install this utility on all the servers. Okay, so what I have to do, I have to go to the Beyond Trust, RDS server, make it minimize. First, I have to identify if I have any Edge. I should have browser there to configure the applications. Okay, so let me just download the browser first. So you see here it's save. Yes. Okay, so browser is getting installed until this to be complete. Let's go back to our Beyond Trust console. Okay, that the scan we run. Let's just view the scan there. You can see this scan we actually run on the RDS server, and it's completed. Okay, so now I should have RDS02, and Beyond Trust smart rule that we configured, it should assign the action of management and automatically it should onboard. Okay, it should start onboarding. So let's see in the assets tab. Go back to the assets. Okay, now you can see here RDS 02. It's included in the inventory, and whenever you can see here, it's already onboarded into the.
Oh, I said, Ali, I can't see anything. You're breaking up, and I only see downloading.
Where you are? Let me just share again.
I
think the screen is stuck, so maybe.
Yeah.
So you are able to see now?
No.
Just
oh yeah, it's coming up. It's just slow. Okay, I can see now.
Yeah, you can see in the inventory, like, RDS 02, it's there, and already it's onboarded. I didn't do anything to verify, it's included in the smart rule that we created. Just go with the smart group filter and apply that here. AD servers there. I guess I have created like this. Yes, this we created smart rule like name this. Okay, AD all AD joint systems. I just want to switch to this one, and you can see now it's included in the smart rules, and it's onboarded, okay, into the beyondtrust.
Correct.
So automatically, what I did, I just started, running this scan, or if I can schedule the scan on the regular basis. So beyondtrust automatically detect new servers added into the inventory, and then it will perform actions on the based on the smart rules that we configured.
Correct.
In this way, you can automate the process of onboarding of the systems. And also for the accounts itself, we are running accounts query based on this our dash spam suffix. If you are adding this suffix for the new AD accounts that you are creating in your Active Directory, so automatically beyondtrust will identify those accounts and bring under the management of the beyondtrust.
Okay.
So you no need to perform manual operation on the onboarding phase of the Active Directory accounts or Active Directory systems there. That's about onboarding. Yeah, you can see here Active Directory systems, and the third option was Active Directory systems using directory query. Okay, directory query and scan data both, like, because directory query is just like a reference. So these three tasks, these three layers we performed for this smart tools of onboarding phase. Okay. Now the second part, as I told you that AD, if you are onboarding AD accounts and onboarding AD servers there, so you have to perform linking to make enable, the getting sessions for the users. Okay, so we have performed onboarding yet. You can see here when I just go to the jump server, the 01, you can see no any linked accounts should be there. Yeah, because we have not performed any linking there yet. Either I can go with the link manually linking, either I should have a smart tool that performs linking of my accounts to the linking of my servers. Okay, so to perform linking, let's go back to the smart tools, and you will see here in manage accounts based smart tool, as I told you, or you can use the same smart tool like this. Okay, you can perform multiple operations, same like this. Let me just show you. Just click on edit. This smart tool is like right now just onboarding. Okay, I want to make this like as onboarding and linking. I'm just creating a new category for this one. Okay, and you can see here onboarding in category and linking. I'm just mentioning here AD privilege accounts onboarding and linking for identifying the things. And then you can see here only the onboarding rule is there. I want to add another rule there, add another action. and there is an action link domain accounts to the managed system. Okay, so I want to just click on this action that will actually enable my all the accounts that we fetch and onboard here during this rule. So it will link those accounts to the managed system itself as well. Okay, so then it will ask me either just mention the asset based smart tool or managed system based smart tool where it should perform the linking. Okay, so I have created onboarding of the AD accounts. You can see here all AD joint servers, we perform onboarding through this smart tool. I will use the same smart tool to link. Okay, so just I want to mention the smart tool, click on the save, and it will perform action on the accounts itself. Okay, you can see these are two accounts, okay, that we onboard, that we beyond trust manage, and then I have to just go to the advanced details and verify the system has been linked or not. Okay, you can see if the system is not being linked, okay, so it means your server, sorry, your smart tool is not processed properly, so you have to manually process the smart tool. Okay, so I want to go back to the smart tool, manage accounts, and the recently edited smart tool is there. I want to just mark this one, click on process, then I'll just go back to the accounts, and I'll just verify which account is this is my actually smart group of that smart tool. Okay, clicking on the smart tool, I am able to see the accounts. I want to just go to the details, linked systems. Now you can see both systems has been linked to these accounts. Okay, also with this account itself as well, and also the second account itself, it should be linking. Yep, you can see. Got it?
Yeah, I got it. But when you link accounts, it disregard the GPO, right?
In this what? Sorry.
Because in Active Directory, you can, let's say, my account can only access Jump Server 01, but not RDS.
Okay. Yeah. Actually, from here, you can just perform the linking. But in case, for example, if you are initiating the session from here, that the server that you link, it's not authorized to get the access. Okay, provide the access to the user that you are using. So you will not be able to properly, log in. You will be only seeing the one,
Okay.
RDP issue when you are launching session from Beyond Trust. Sometimes you will see that authentication error, or the user is not authorized. Yeah, sometimes it's showing you. So there are some similar kind of
Okay.
errors there. So it's already managed from the Active
So it
Directory.
follows.
Yeah, it should be matching from the
Yeah.
Active Directory.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, let's go back to the, now this was actually linking part. That's it. It's only for the Active Directory. Okay, linking part, it's done. I want to show you the onboarding of the Linux servers, onboarding of the scan data accounts itself as well. Okay, so let me go back to the assets, and I want to just show you there is a ind-lx01. Okay, you can see it's not onboarded yet, and I want to onboard first this server, and also I want to onboard here is this accounts. Like, let me show you all those accounts that have privileges of root access. See here. Okay, using the smart tool. Okay, I can use the smart tool to onboard the system, and also I can use the smart tool for onboarding the root accounts itself that are scanned during the scanning. Okay, so let's just create first smart tool for onboarding system. Let's go back to the assets based smart tool. Okay, and you need to just create a new smart tool there, and I'm just onboarding now. Let's go back to the onboarding, all Linux servers onboarding. Okay, and I want to just mention the selection criteria. You can see here the assets field there. Okay, so I'll just go with the asset field because it's Linux based system, or I have another option. I can just go with the operating system itself as well. Okay, so I can just identify the system, and it should contain the Linux environment. Okay, like this. So whenever operating system is scanned like a Linux, like Oracle Linux, like Ubuntu Linux, so all the Linux environment, it should it show you the Linux parameter there. So it will match the parameter as per the operating system detected, and then it will perform the action. So let me just show you when you are going for the smart group before applying any action. So you will be able to see the results. You can see it's resulting one of the server that I have actually Linux in the operating system. Okay, so I can just perform the action on this smart rule. What action I want to perform? I just want to onboard this smart rule. So for onboarding, I want to just use the manage asset using password safe option there, and it will ask me for platform. I know this platform is Linux, so I'll just go with the Linux. I will need to just assign the password change agent, allow manage system to be hosted. Yes, no. This this is not a domain system, so it should not be using domain or slash username format. It should use the same format because this is the Linux system. Okay, for a functional account, I don't have right now functional account. Okay, I have the functional account. You can see here for the Linux. I'll just use this functional account. Password management should be enabled, and the AD queries, no any AD queries related. I'll just use the Linux password policy there. No elevation is required for this on this server. No key enforcement, mode there. Just without directly connecting, and this port should be using for SSH. That's it. When you are completing the form, just click on save details, view results. Automatically system will be onboarded. You can see.
Okay.
So just verify, you have to go to the manage system and you will be able to see the assets. In case, for example, as I told you that you are not able to see the recently changes in the manage system tab, you have to update this, all manage system group. Okay. So just go to the smart group, smart rule again, and go to the manage system based smart rule. You will find that smart group there. Okay. This one. Just mark this one, process, and now you will be able to see the recent changes. Okay.
Okay.
You can see.
Okay. Got it.
And now the second part. Currently I just onboarded the system. Okay, Linux server, not the account. You can see here. You can see here there are no any accounts. Either I have two options. Either I can create an manual local accounts, like I know the accounts, but I can create the local accounts here. Okay, but in case, for example, I have a bulk of accounts there in the assets feed, in the inventory. I want to onboard all of the accounts that I have in inventory, thousands of accounts with the thousands of assets, and each account should be reflecting to its relevant server there and XYZ. So I'll use the smart rule. I'll use the smart rule to do this. How to do this? Just go to the manage accounts field. Okay, because manage accounts with smart rule. It will run the query for the, or you can say they will perform the operation against the accounts. Okay, so that's why.
Okay.
Just go to manage accounts, create a new smart rule. It's like simple onboarding, not linking, because it's local accounts. Not linking is required. It is a option. I'm just mentioning all root privilege accounts onboarding. So any account that have root privileges, it will be onboarded. Okay. So based on the selection criteria, I will have user account attributes. Okay. Please note that if you are going with the user account parameters, so it's referring to the user accounts that are not onboarded yet. Okay. So those are actually scanned data in the assets inventory. Okay, so in case, for example, you are going with manage account fields, so it means you are applying condition on the already onboarded accounts. Okay, so we don't have any accounts in the already onboarded. We want to onboard the accounts. So that's why we are going for the user account attributes. So when you are going to the user account attributes, you will see the account which type of filter you want to apply. Either you go with the SID, account name, password, age, or privilege. I'll go with the privilege. Okay. So it will show you how many privileges it identified. It identified administrator, guest, normal, and root. I'll go with the root. Any root level privilege account, it should consider it as a criteria, and then it will ask you either you are using you can say that matching this criteria for discovery management, like for management of these accounts or not. If yes, then it will ask you for from which group it should run the query, run the smart rule. Okay, If not, then just it will bypass you. Let me show you. If you know, then it will not ask you for smart group. If yes, then it will ask you where from it can discover the accounts, which from where the smart group. So because we have multiple of categories of the smart groups created already. Okay, so you can run on all the assets. You can run on a specific smart group that you created for few servers there, few Linux servers there. So it's up to you. Okay, so I'll go with the all assets. Any assets that have root level privileges, it should be criteria to match, and then it will perform the operation on the manage accounts as a smart group. And it whenever you are just clicking the create smart tool, it will show you that you are using the discovery management, and discover accounts for password safe management as a yes. So you should be matching the action that onboard the accounts first. Okay, so for onboarding accounts, I have manage account settings, and it will ask you for a few things like which password safe role should be enabled, like it's Linux, and automatic password management should be enabled, yes. Password change, it should be happening on 11:30 whenever change is happening, and password frequency should be every day, not the every 30 day. Okay, and default release duration, it's like you can see here, like release duration, it's 2 hours. Concurrent session, it should be unlimited, 0 is unlimited. And then I can just create smart tool, view the results. When I just click on view results, you will see the all root level privileges accounts, you can see.
Yeah.
So in such a way, you can create a smart tool to onboard bulk level of accounts that you discovered in the discovery agent or discovery scanning from not on a single server. You can create a smart tool that can run on a bulk level of accounts to be onboarded from bulk level of servers. It's up to you how many servers you are configuring.
Correct. Yep. Yeah. It's pretty much the same as Windows, but you just have to be aware that you're dealing with Linux.
It's same, but the process you have to just make sure that it should be same.
Yeah.
Okay, so our RDS server is ready. You can see here our application is ready. I want to just apply the utility here and then applying the application, any of the application configuration there. Okay, so let me just show you one of the easy application that I have actually.
So you have to download that password safe enhanced utility.
Yes.
To the RDS server.
Yes, I have downloaded.
Okay.
So let me just open the RDS server. Open the Google.
But you have to start the service.
Which service you are mentioning?
The password safe enhanced utility.
No, it's there. It's there already.
What is that utility?
This utility is just enabling.
You just download it?
Yes, I just want to download this. That's it. Okay, I have to go to the configuration, find out the download button there, and then I'll be able to see the enhanced session of utility. I have to download this utility. You can see here is the utility. I have to open and install it in my RDS server. Okay. I want to just before installing, I want to show you when I just go to the C drive, program files, there is no any beyondtrust folder here. Okay. So when I install downloads, when I install it, it installs some files in my RDS server. Initiating, yes. It's installed. Okay. Just let me close. Go back to the C drive, program files, beyondtrust. You can see here PBS, and you can see these are the utilities that will be required for launching the application. Okay, you can see PS Automate, PBPS Mon, and PBPS Launch. So these utilities should be publishing on the remote app RDS server. That RDS server that we published here, you can see collection, we have to publish these utilities. Okay, so to publish, you can see here, click on the publish button. It will retrieve the latest inventory from your RDS server, that how many applications you have. Probably you will not find our PS automate utility there. You have to just navigate to the password program files, beyond trust, PBPS, and you have to just make these in the inventory list one by one. You can see these 3 applications will be published under this collection. Yeah. So now what I have to do, I just have to go to the edit properties of the PS Automate utility, edit properties. I want to mention that any command should be permitted. Okay, no any restriction should be there from the RDS side. For all the utilities. I know there is a not proper documentation for provisioning the RDS server accordingly for the printers, but these settings you should be aware of this. These settings should be enabled whenever you are provisioning the RDS server.
Okay, so these are pretty common.
Yes. Okay, so once it is done, you can go back to your browser, and you can see some of the INI files, because this utility runs on the INI script. We have to create a custom script, like in INI file, that will actually run, and based on that INI file, it will perform actions. I want to just show you. There is a customized SSMS database INI file that is actually it's not customized, it's by default from beyondtrust. So what it will do, it will run the SSMS database on your server for launching the sessions. Okay, so let me just show you. Just clicking on edit, you can see here it's navigating to the SSMS EXE, that is actually SQL Management Studio 2018. Okay, and it has some application window. First task is to just controlling the control ID of the server, that where to mention the server ID. Okay, and then it will ask SQL authentication. Then it will mention the username, it will mention the password. Now these username and password will be injected from beyondtrust. It will this script will get the username and password from beyondtrust itself at the backend, and inject into the credential for inject into the session for use. Okay, so yeah, after just putting the password, it will just go back to the database side, and then it will search for the database. Okay, and you can just make like button click. Yeah, here you can just mention the database name there. If you have a customized database itself, okay, you can just mention the database name there. Then it will automatically connect you for this SQL SSMS studio. So this script actually in a sequence way, it have a their own actually syntax to make this script. All the syntax is same. Okay, it's according to the login method. Which login method you are using. Okay, so yeah, let me just show you. For example, I have one of the web console here. I want to implement this web console. Okay, this one with the beyond trust. Okay, so for example, I have to create INI script. For INI script, I mostly follow here MS Web app. Okay, I'll just copy the same INI script. These are the scripts actually. By default, these scripts come with the our PS Automate utility, okay, enhanced session auditing utility. I will create this as a copy, and I will make this as a VMware INI file, okay. Now I want to just edit this file, okay. So you can see here in general, I have to mention the browser name there. I have to mention target URL there. Now target URL should be like this. Okay, let it just make the target URL. Then it should be reflecting the username. Now here, the main part is to verify this one, this element, XPath element. This XPath element identifies where to put the cursor. Okay, so let me just show you. When I'm going to the VMware console, I want pointers to inject the username first in the username box. Okay, first I have to make a script to put the cursor on the username box. Then it should inject the username. Okay, so first task is to identify the username box. So to identify, I want to click right click here and click on the inspect. When I just click on inspect, you can see here the input ID parameter. Okay, so it's reflecting my input ID to this box, actually username box. Okay, so what you have to do, just simple right click on your input ID that is reflecting to your username parameter, and go to the copy and copy XPath parameter. Copy XPath parameter, you can see here. Okay, you can go with the copy XPath, full XPath, or you can copy XPath simply. Just copy this one and paste it into your element. Let me show open. Now this is the parameter. I cannot copy actually my let me see directly to the this. I can, okay. So you can see here this XPath parameter, what it will perform. It will put my cursor to the username box, and then it will inject the value of the username. Okay, you can see it's a task one. Any question on this? Because I know this is some kind of scripting and
Yeah, I kind of, but so you cannot use direct connect here, right?
Direct
From
connect
Beyond
forward.
Trust.
No, there is no any agent or direct connection method to just launch the files. That's you have to run the
So
script.
so when you get to so you have to have access to the RDS server,
Yes.
right? And then let's say from the RDS server, you should be able to log into VMware, and it will.
Yes. This is the flow
If you
actually.
copy the XPath, it will automatically inject the username
And the password.
But
and
how is it related to Beyond Trust, password safe?
Look, what the
missing
password
the
safe. Look what the password safe is actually. Password safe is your password and access management tool. So if you are mentioning like
Correct.
your passwords has been managed, so the access or session should be managed by the beyondtrust itself as well. So right now, earlier we were working to manage the session of RDP servers. Okay, we were working on the management of SSH servers there. Okay, but what if we have application sessions there itself as well? So sometimes customers want to manage the access of the application sessions itself, like web applications, any web applications they have, any thick client application they have. They want to manage those applications into the beyondtrust itself for the monitoring purposes. Okay, so they want to make recording of those sessions that are being served from the beyondtrust for either application, either for the RDS, either for the SSH. Okay, so for application there is no any direct method to launch the application inside the beyondtrust. That's the actually bad thing from beyondtrust has in the password safe.
Let me try to sync it in. So give me an example. So you insert the username.
Okay.
Beyond Trust will insert the password.
Yes. The password that was actually rotated by the beyondtrust itself. Beyondtrust have the password. Okay. some of the username and password we save in the beyond trust, and we start the rotation of the password. So instead of sharing the password to the end users, we provide them directly sessions. Okay, so sometimes those accounts are being used for the applications itself as well. So that's why we are implementing application inside the beyond trust. So we will not be able, or you can say that we would not, we don't need to share the password to the users for launching the session.
But for VMware, you have to onboard that too to Beyond Trust, right?
No, in this way, there is a workaround. You can just create a vault in the beyond trust, and you can use it for the application launching sessions. There, your question is good. I have to onboard the VMware instance into the beyond trust, and also the accounts into the beyond trust itself as well. But currently, I don't have the license for the VMware to start the SSH console. So because it runs on the SSH.
But in real time, that's what you do.
Yes, in the real time, we have to onboard the VMware accounts inside the beyond trust, and beyond trust manage those accounts into the those all VMware accounts. So once it is done, you will not have able to get the direct session of the web console, because passwords has been rotated at the backend. So then you have this method to assign them the access directly from the beyond trust, the applications, and also this recording will be enabled, because this is for the recording purposes.
Right. Yeah. And then how do you access RDS through direct connect and password sync?
No.
Ali?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, actually my mic was okay. Okay, so look, beyond trust will show you, like in end users will be able to only see that they want to launch the applications. That's it. They don't have idea that where the session has been launched. Okay, so they will be only able to see the console of the application. They have no idea that which where this application has been session has been launched, and XYZ. So it's all about the scripting. Scripting will perform all the things. Like, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, so actually, it will be same RDP console. It will be launching from RDP access, like same when you are launch the RDP access from here. You have downloaded RDP file and you have to launch that RDP file. It will be same like RDP file, but inside the RDP file, it will launch only the web console or only the thick client application for you, nothing else.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Let me just complete, and then I'll just guide you. Okay, no problem for this.
Okay.
Okay, the first task is to just assigning the username, and the second task is to assigning the password. So I just need to delete this task because this was according to the application of the MS Web. I'll just go with this one. Okay, just to inject the password in this box. Okay, so I'll just go with inspect.
This is input ID. I have to copy XPath. Go back to the application, or sorry, script, and I'll mention this as a here. Okay, and then it will inject the password itself. Okay. Also, task 3 should be clicking on the this button. Okay, login button. So I'll just go with inspect. This is button, and I'll just copy the XPath. Go back to the application. You can see here it's action. It's action. I'll just put it into the element field, and then just remove, because after this there is no any task to be performed. Just wait. I'll wait for 3 seconds for a delay. Any delay happening. So this is for in simple. This is the script that we create for the VMware access. Okay.
Mhm.
So I have to just save it. And for testing, what I have to do, I have to start the CMD, navigate to the directory where my PS Automate utility is, like program files, beyond trust, PBPS, like this. You can see here this is my PS Automate utility, okay? And also this is my INI file. So I'll run this utility against this INI file to start the script. Let's see what happened. Okay. So PS Automate, I have to link the INI file. So I'll just make it like INI is equal to with double quotation with complete directory like program files, beyond trust, PBPS, and VMware INI file. You can see. Okay. So then I have to mention which browser it should use. So for the browser, I am to just show you in the INI file that these are the actually variables. You can see. These are the variables that we are configuring. Browser name, target URL. So I'll just have to make sure the browser name variable should be there. It's Chrome. Okay, so automatically, it will inject the Chrome directory and the Chrome exe file there to launch the Chrome file. Okay, so then I have to mention the target URL is equal to target URL. You can see here is equal to. Then I have to just mention the IP or the complete URL 192.168.1.3. Okay, or if you can just copy paste the URL there. Okay, after this just mention the username. What is the username? In CLI, I will go with the clear text username like root, and password should be, because right from here I can't make injection of the credentials from the beyond task. So I have to go directly from the injecting credentials from CLI. So password is PLCM791. Okay. So this is how all about the CLI command to run the script. Let's start and let's see if it's work or not, because sometimes it doesn't work. So let's see. You can see PS Automate it's running. So in case, for example, this script goes, launching any session. So I have a workaround for this one, because there is an issue with the recent browsers, new browsers. Automatically the browser is not downloading the drivers there. So you have to manually download the drivers for this one. So let's see what happened. It takes few minutes to launch the session. Okay. Once it is done, if the browser is not being launched, then there is an issue. Let me just start again. You can see script has been paused. So what you have to do, I have a command for the Chrome downloads. Okay. Let me just see if there is a browser. Okay. You can see Chrome drivers is there. the version of the Chrome driver is 149.0.0.7827.151. The version should be matching. Okay. And also we have a Chrome. Let's see which Chrome browser we are using. Go to the About section, and also about Chrome 14978. Yeah. Screen is very large. Actually, it's not. Okay, 149.0.7827. 149.0.7827.115. Okay, 115. Yes, it's running. It's running. Let's run again. Let's run again. So in this utility, I want to show you this. In this utility, there is an issue with the browser. Okay, so sometimes it's not matching with the browser drivers, and it needs to be connected to the internet for downloading the new drivers. Even it's connected to the internet, somehow it's have an issue to launch the browser, because all the web applications will be running on the launching the browser. So that's why initial target is to just launch the browser. If it's not, yeah, you can see already running. Just let's close this one, launch it again. Okay, for example, if it's not working, there is a different utility for this one as well. Okay, let me just show you. I have to download this one. Okay, yeah, this one. Let me just copy. And this is the different utility. This is the old utility. Sometimes when this utility is not working properly, so we have to download this utility. Okay, let me just go back to the C drive and install it here. You can see this is password safe UF utility. Okay, so also I have to just extract this one in such a way. Okay, so you can see here, this is UF wizard, and I have to publish this one as well in the remote apps. So I'll just go back to the publishing and go to the add button. C drive, this is my utility UF, and I'll just publish this one. In properties, I have to make this all parameters enable. Okay, so it's done. Okay, so let me just show you how we can use this utility for the launching browser. So this is the wizard. I can use the wizard. Now this is a GUI based tool. Let's go back, and you can see here password safe, and you can see here the web app as well. I'll just go with the web app, and it will ask me for browser. So I'll just make the directory of the browser there. Chrome application. This is the Chrome. I'll not go with the kiosk mode. I'll just go with the ignore SSL certificate, mentioning the URL there. 192.168.1.3, and it will ask me that how many number of tabs it's required to navigate to the username ID. Okay, username field. So when I just go back to the console, I want to identify how many and use tabs are required. When I just load, by default it's putting my cursor. Just let it load. Okay. Okay, by default, you can see here, it's putting my cursor on the username field. So it doesn't require any number of tabs, tab button to, navigate to the username field. So I'll just make it like zero number of tabs is required for username field, and how many number of tabs is required for password field. So just go to the here, and when I click on one tab, I'll navigate to the password safe field, password tab there. So only one number of tab button is there required for the password field, and then how many times to seconds to load the page. That's it. Just click on generate. It will show you the command where you can use this command to launch the browser. Okay, launch the script actually. At the back end, it will automatically create a script. Let me just go back to the CLS, CD, password safe. Okay, CD, UF. Okay. Now this is the utility that we are using. Earlier we are using automate utility. So we just need to navigate to the exe file and then putting the parameters that we just get from the wizard. Okay. When I just click on this one, it will go back to the directly launching the browser and automatically inject the credentials. Okay, you can see here. Currently, it's not getting the credentials from the beyondtrust, so that's why it's putting the wrong credentials. Okay. So this was just testing. Any question over this? Or we can start the implementation.
Yeah, I just don't know how it communicates back to the Beyond Trust.
Okay. Now we are going to the beyondtrust for the communication. Okay. So this was just testing the script. Now I have to go back to the beyondtrust. Okay. Let me just refresh if it's log out. I have to go to the configuration. I have to go to the application. You can see here the applications. There are no any applications. So I have to configure the application here. Okay. So let's just create application. I have to mention the application name, VMware ESXi. Okay. Just putting the aliasing for the identification. Okay. ESXi. It will ask me for command or application. Okay. So the application is my utility that I'm using. I'm using the utility pws uf.exe utility. Okay. So I have to navigate this utility with the parameters that I directory actually. So my directory is, let me show you, C drive pwsuf, and this is my directory. So I have to just copy this directory and make it like this. OMG. Okay. Unfortunately, I just saved it. So let's end it. So what it will do, it will launch this utility. Okay. So based on the parameters, what parameters I have to set, I have to go back to the wizard and I have to launch it. Like this wizard, it's enabling the launching the browser. This with this URL with 0 number of tabs for the username, 1 number of tab for password, 5 seconds to wait. SSL certificate it will run on incognito mode. When I click on generate, it will copy my this command. Okay. These parameters that are actually navigating my application to launching the browser, okay, and injecting credentials. You can see I'll just break down the script here, parameter here. This is the mode, okay, for this parameter. I'm just mentioning that we are using web application, and after this it will use the browser, exe file to launch the browser. Then it is asking for the URL. This is the URL, and after URL it is going for the 0 number of tabs to identify the username box. And then after identifying username box, it's injecting the credential. Percentage U is the username field, username parameter, from where the beyondtrust will start injecting the credential or injecting the username into the box. Okay, so it will get the username at the back end. Also, one number of tab is required for password. After just clicking on tab button, it will inject the password from getting beyondtrust, and then after 5 seconds, it will start the session. Okay, there are some parameters like ignore SSL certificate, incognito mode. So these are some parameters for the launching the browser. That's it. Okay. So then, yeah, where do you need to run application run? Now this is the main task. You can see. Now, which I have to mention that which system I want to launch this application. Okay, like where is the RDS server? Okay, so that RDS server should be onboarded into the beyondtrust. So let me just go back to on a different system, and it will ask me for functional account. So now what functional account will do? Functional account will be required for here to launching the RDP session to the RDS server. Okay, once the RDP server, RDS server will be launched as an RDP session. So inside the RDP session, there will be application that will be launched and using the script actually. So you can see here, this is my beyondtrust, functional account. And I just mentioned, it is asking me to mention the manage account, manage system field. I'll just go with the remote test of services field, and then no any association to the any smart group, any link system. That's it. You can see here, launch application in the remote apps mode should be enabled, because we are launching application from the remote apps mode. Okay. So just I have to save this application. So application is created, but I have to create account, username and password for this to be launching. Okay. So as I told you, this machine I have to onboard into the beyondtrust. Then I'll be able to manage these accounts and link this application with this these my onboarded accounts. Okay, but currently I'll just go with the not onboarding phase. I'll just go to the manage system. I have a workaround. What you have to do now, you have to create a new cloud system. Okay, you can see here the cloud system, and in platform you will be able to see website. Okay, when you click on website, it will ask you that what is this website name. Like for example, I'm mentioning the VMware ESXi. Okay, I'm just mentioning the work group there. That's it. So in this way, I am just creating a fake, or you can say that website based system there in the beyondtrust. Okay, so once it is done, I have to go to the advanced details, and I'll just create a local root account here. Okay, so that root account will be used for logging into the beyondtrust. Now this is the username. Okay, and this is the password. LCM 789%. Okay, so in account settings, you will be able to see that how many sessions you can launch, unlimited sessions, and in the last tab you can see the application. Okay, now here I'll link my application to this account. Okay, so whenever application has been launched by the user, beyondtrust will start injecting this username and password into the session, where I mentioned the parameters of the username and password in the script. Okay, so let me just show you. You can see here VMware ESXi, that application we actually configured in the beyondtrust. Okay, so in the beyondtrust we configured application as a using the utility. Okay, using the parameter and using the some variables. So those variables will be filled according to this account and password, and then that script will go to the RDS server. Okay, RDS server RDP session will be launched using the functional account that we configured in the application, and after launching the RDP session, automatically script started injecting the session starting the browser, visiting the URL, and then XYZ, injecting conditions. I'll just show you. Okay, just let's link the application.
Okay.
Create account. Now application is ready to use. Okay, so let me just go to the password safe. Go to the application. You will be able to see the application. Okay, you can see application is VMware ESXi. Account is root. Okay, system is VMware ESXi. Okay, because we created a local cloud system like this. Okay, and this is website. User will only able to see the website. That's it. And even in this system, I can't able to see that this application or this session will be on which system to be run. Okay, at the back end, BeyondTrust automatically integrated with the RDS server using the functional account, and then session will be launched on the RDS server. So let's start.
Okay.
Just click on the start button, access button mentioned on the reason testing, and you can see here start application session button. Just click on start application session button. You will be downloading RDP file like normally RDP, when you are getting the session from BeyondTrust. It will be one time RDP file, and for you have to just inject all the things will be happening on the RDP file.
We shall see. I understand all your steps. Don't worry about it.
Because this is the long, lengthy way. I know, hard to understand sometimes. Okay,
No,
this is the file.
no, I got it. I tried it in the old PI to do this, but it's not working for me.
Yeah, you can see. This is remote apps. You can RDP file. You can see. It's same like RDP, but it's in the remote app mode. You can see your session is being loading. So application sessions are slow in the BeyondTrust most of the times. So wait for it just. Yeah, sometimes the graphical issue is there. You can see the RDP account is using BT functional account. So RDP will be launched using the functional account. So now, yeah, actually I did this. You can see I have double screen, so it started launching on this console. So automatically you can see my username and password injected. Okay. The main thing, it didn't click on the login because my script is somehow a little issue. Now you can see this is actually RDP console. When you are clicking here, you can see this is a the browser that is actually being used. But when you are going to in any other application, it will not allow you. You can see.
Yeah.
And this is complete RDP console. That's nothing else. But I'm only able to see the website. That's it. Even if I just minimize this, you can see it's completely minimizing, not providing me the desktop access. Also, this is the main feature of this session. It's just launching the session or managing the session from BeyondTrust. You can see here, view recordings. Okay, what the user is trying to do, and like you can see here.
Oh, okay.
You can see maximize.
Okay, great. Yeah.
Minimize.
Thank you for showing. I understand everything. I used to have I used to manage BOMGAR
Mhm.
and the old privileged identity.
Look, in the BOMGAR,
So,
it's comparatively easy, but password safe, you have to
yeah,
just a
it's
little.
something like the RDP
Yes, exactly.
to that server, right? But you have to have an agent. So it's like we put an agent on the RDS server.
Here you are using the utilities only.
We're able, to using XPath, you were able to,
Perfect.
Yeah.
I guess that's
Thank you.
enough for today because it's very
Thank you
long
so much.
session.
I know you're tired, but get some sleep. Get some tomorrow.
Okay. So let me just show you which we completed today. This one, RDB provisioning, simple web application. Okay. So we completed this one, this phase. These two phases, these two applications will be completed by the next session. And also we completed this one as well till linking phase. The only part remaining is the dedicated mapping that we'll focus tomorrow.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay, then if you have any question,
thank you, Ali.
let's wrap up.
Yeah. Thank you.